No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is.
Boom.
The return of Bamford, the return of hip hop, the return of LA, the return of Leeds United. Do you know what time it is? Get that badger in and on and over here. He's in, he's on, he's over, he's here. We had to move back to get his greatness in. We banged him about a bit, which is totally out of order. Apologies to the badger. Welcome, one and all. We are here for the biggest game of the season. Every game is ramping up like there's no tomorrow. I honestly believe during this quick shit vid, by the end of the day, we will be rocking and rolling, ready, ripe as a lovely plum tomato. When plums are red, they're ready for plucking. We are ready to be plucked. We have to go out and win tomorrow. We will potentially be second in the league come tomorrow. Coventry have to do us a favour against Sheffield United tonight, which I think is a decent shout. I personally don't think it'll be the game where Sheffield United slip up. I think Sheffield United will slip up at some point. I don't think it'll be tomorrow. Their next games are Coventry, Oxford, Millwall, Plymouth, Cardiff, Burnley, Stoke, Blackburn. By the Burnley game, 3 games before the end of the season, we will secure promotion. Burnley play at 3 p.m. tomorrow, the same as us, so we're not in any fear of them overtaking us, providing we win tomorrow. They've got Bristol tomorrow, Coventry, Derby, Norwich, Watford, Sheffield, QPR, Millwall. I think Burnley have got the more difficult games out of the 3 overall, but I think it'll be us and Burnley that go up. I think we will go up as champions. My man Facky Fucker's got them all back now, so we got Firpo back a little bit late yesterday. Obviously not had much time to train with him and stuff, but I do believe Swansea is set up. We've got a brilliant record against Swansea. Ampadu's back in the squad. I saw just Joe's show earlier. He reckons that Ampadu will start. I'm not so sure about that. I think it's maybe rushing him back a touch. I think it'd be mint to have him in the squad, though. And I do think that him being off the bench, we're potentially looking at 10, 15 minutes from him. It'll just be a massive boost. It's like a mini signing. Well, it's like a massive signing, in fairness, because I was one of the ones that thought that it was done to end the season, to be honest. So I'm surprised how fast he can get back. Just goes to show you, if your body's able, and you really work hard, you can get back in super quick time. He has done it a couple of times for his Ampadu. He really wants to be a part of this title charge. I do believe that. I think he will be part of it. I think come the last sort of 4 or 5 games, I actually think he'd potentially be ready for a start. We've got back from the international break. Everybody's saying about the last international break. It's become a complex with 8 games to go. We only got 8 points last year and all this stuff. I can't keep saying it, but we was travelling too hard. We was travelling too fast. We was on the road to the moon to get just in contention for the top spot last year. This year, we've been coasting a lot. We've just done really well all season, been top the majority of the season, not expended that level of energy that we needed. I actually said on my show last night, I had Luke from Auto Know Better on, and I made a point that, I actually think if we hadn't gone on that crazy run last year and got to the position we got in, I don't think there'd have been as much pressure on Farker that year. And the capitulation wouldn't have been as monitored, and we'd have potentially had a bit more energy in the playoffs. Because obviously we was excellent in the semis, but didn't really turn up in the final. But that's history. That's yesteryear. All we have to focus on. Luke made a joke, to be fair, because I said there's 8 cup finals ahead of us, and he said he don't want to hear that because our record in cup finals is shit, which is fair, and I agree. There's only Nonto really that's a doubt for tomorrow. There's still some people saying that Farker fuckers maybe playing mind games with that, and Nonto's not. He says he'll make a late call on it. I've seen some bullshit articles online saying that Farker fuckers actually had a word with Aronson to say that he's not guaranteed that 10 spot. I honestly think there's no changes tomorrow. I think Ampadu comes into on the bench. We've even got Wobber back on. I don't think he'll feature. He might end up on bench, but we're about as prime as we can be to go. Coming back from the international break, I honestly believe, even if it's a case of possibly just limping over the line, I can't see a reason why for the next 8 games we can't pick up enough points to go up in the top 2. I honestly think not being champions would be a failure at this point. I think we've been the best team in the league for a long time. We need to go out and prove it. But the next 2 games are huge to me. I really think this game on Saturday is defining. if we get through tomorrow with a comfortable, solid victory, I don't mind if it's 2-0. I don't mind if it's 1-0 if we play really well. I want to play well tomorrow. I think it sets the tone because I think we'll waver, but I don't want it to be. I want a good performance tomorrow with the victory. I don't want it to be like nervy and a bit reckless at times and stuff. I just want the victory ultimately. I don't mind if we limp all the way for the last 8 games, but I just think going into Luton next week, a few people are scared of that result / what we'll get from that game / I know that's flash, but is it slash? That's flash. But regardless, I think we'll go into Luton flying. I think we'll be all right. Middlesbrough, I think we'll do. Preston or Oxford, I think we might have a little slip there. But having said that, the Preston game's at home. So I just can't see us getting beat at home. I think if we win our next 4 games at home, 3, 6, 9, 12, you're talking 12 points out of the 24 available. That puts us on 92 points. Pick up a win away at Luton, 15 points out of a possible 24, puts us on 95 points. That is borderline up, home and dry, isn't it? I still think 100 points is on. I don't think dropping 4 points is too unreasonable. The quick maths now would be 2 draws and obviously no losses. I think that'd get us to 100 points because you drop 2 points twice, so that'd be 4 points off. So yeah, I think that's 100 points. Is that right? So I still think that's on. I still think that's available. I think there might be a loss in there, but I honestly think Sheffield United and Burnley will wobble as well. So, and ultimately, it doesn't really matter if they do or not. We just have to focus on nobody wants to be anywhere other than with the position we're in. We are the team of the season. I do believe that. We've got the strongest squad. The boys just need to send it home, send it in and on and over here, get us out of this league. I want everybody to back my man Farker. Just get behind him 100%, whatever he decides. Everything rides on this for Farker. He's gone at the end of the season if we don't go up in the top 2. People will still call for him to go if he finishes second or if we go into playoffs. Even if we go up in the playoffs, people will still call for him to go. So Farker has to get this right. I believe he will. But regardless whether I want the earlier subs or whether we're 1-0 down at some point and he's making decisions that I'm not keen on, I am backing him all the which way, mainly because it means a lot more on his head than it does mine. These decisions are huge. I want him to stick with whatever he thinks. And I believe the man won't buckle. I believe he holds his nerve. I think that's one of the best things about him. I enjoyed his press conference the other day. Positive vibes in that Ellen Road tomorrow. Let's get it absolutely bouncing for Boyos. Be the 12th man. 3 o'clock kickoff. There's no excuse. Everybody's had 2 weeks off. Even the boys that have played. Bar Nonto, they've all got back. Some of them have played pretty well. Dan James has been playing well. Solomon's been away with Israel. You know, they should be back flying. Few people reckon that they'll rest Solomon due to the fact he's been away. I honestly don't think so. Aronson's had a good break. Bogle's had a good break. That'll do me. Come on, boys. Let's get behind the squad. Let's go up this season. It's
I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is.
Boom.